Breaking news! Something is happening in Ravens camp right now that has the entire NFL talking, and it's not just about Lamar, Derrick Henry, or even DeAndre Hopkins. We're talking about rookies and rising stars who are making such an impact that it's forcing John Harbaugh into a decision no coach really wants to make. Do you risk them in meaningless preseason snaps, or do you lock them away like a secret weapon until week 1? The performances we've seen over the past few days have been electric, game-changing, and in some cases, career-defining. But there's a twist to this story that could completely change how the Ravens start the season, and it's one that might surprise you. But before we move on, make sure you hit that like button if you're a true Ravens fan. It's always amazing to see fans of all ages supporting this team. And if you feel like it, comment, "Go Ravens," so we know you're riding with the flock this season. Let's start with the name on everybody's lips, LaJohntay Wester. This kid has been an absolute jolt of energy, especially on special teams. That punt return touchdown wasn't just a lucky break, it was a statement. And just when we were still buzzing from that, he turned around and ripped off another return that had fans out of their seats. It's been a long time since the Ravens had a return man who felt dangerous on every single touch, and Wester is looking like the exact missing piece we've been begging for. The Florida speed, the quick cuts, the ability to flip a game in seconds, he's got it all. But here's the thing. He's not just a return specialist. He's already making tough catches as a receiver, holding onto the ball through contact, and showing sideline awareness that you don't always see in rookies. That kind of versatility means he might just force his way into some offensive snaps, even with the Ravens' crowded receiver room. Then there's Mike Green. If Wester is electrifying the return game, Green is creating chaos in the backfield. From the first preseason snap, he's been relentless, bending around tackles in ways that make pass rush coaches drool. We're talking a 30% pass rush win rate in his debut against the Colts. Those are freakish numbers. This isn't a raw project either. Green came into the league already polished, and pairing him with Chuck Smith and the Ravens' defensive coaching staff could turn him into a nightmare for quarterbacks sooner rather than later. Some scouts even had him rated as a top 10 talent in the draft, and Baltimore snagged him in the second round. That's the kind of draft steal that could tilt games in January. And how about Keaton Mitchell? Let's be real, he doesn't need another preseason snap. The man is back, fully healthy, and somehow looking even faster than before. He's explosive, confident, and already proven. With Derrick Henry leading the charge and Justice Hill in the mix, Mitchell might not be the featured back every week, but his touches are going to be lethal. You can almost hear Todd Monken grinning when he talks about having too many weapons, because for once, the Ravens' offense really is stacked from top to bottom. Of course, it's not all sunshine. The injuries to rookie corners Bill Alcone and Robert Longerbeam have been a gut punch. Losing both sixth-rounders for the entire season is a tough break, and John Harbaugh's cryptic comments about Longerbeam's injury only added to the intrigue before it was confirmed he tore his patella tendon. The silver lining? It opens the door for guys like undrafted rookie Ruben Lowry to make a push for the 53-man roster, though the competition is still fierce. And let's not forget, DeAndre Hopkins is already making his presence felt. His first day back at practice, he's hauling in a 40-yard touchdown from Lamar Jackson over rookie Nate Wiggins in a 2-minute drill. That's the kind of iron sharpens iron moment you want to see in August, because come September, those reps are going to pay off. So with rookies showing out, veterans proving they still have it, and depth pieces making the most of their chances, the Ravens look deeper than they've been in years. The only question now, and it's one fans are already debating, is whether Harbaugh should protect these breakout players by shelving them for the rest of preseason or keep letting them build momentum. Because if we're being honest, the debate isn't as simple as protect them at all costs versus let them play. There's a real balancing act here. On one hand, you've got LaJohntay Wester already proving he's the most dangerous returner the Ravens have had in years, arguably since the Jacoby Jones days, and showing he's got the hands to contribute at wide receiver. You risk an injury in a meaningless preseason snap, and suddenly that spark plug you've been counting on for field position and game-changing plays is gone before September. But then there's the Harbaugh factor. Ravens fans know he's never been the type to hand a rookie a job and tell them to coast. Even if the role is essentially theirs, he'll make them keep earning it through every practice and every preseason opportunity. It's as much about football as it is about setting a tone, that in Baltimore, nothing is given. And let's face it, Wester himself probably doesn't want to be pulled. Players wired like him want to keep putting tape out there, keep proving they belong. The Mike Green situation is similar, but with a twist. The Ravens have been looking for that next elite edge presence to pair with a developing Odafoa, and Green's skill set might make him that guy sooner than expected. His bend, explosiveness, and technique already look NFL ready. If Baltimore can keep him healthy and in a rotational role early on, he could be a lethal closer in the fourth quarter of tight games. But with pass rushers, every snap is a chance to refine moves and adjust to NFL tackles, so the argument for more reps in preseason is also strong. The risk is there, but so is the reward. Keaton Mitchell is the one where the case for sitting him is loudest. We know what he is. We've seen it. The burst, the acceleration, the way he can flip the field with a single cut. It's already in the bag. With Derrick Henry ready to pound defenses into submission and Justice Hill providing reliable depth, Mitchell doesn't need to prove a thing in August. Any preseason snap he takes is just another opportunity for something to go wrong, and with his role likely being more situational, you want him as fresh as possible for those game-breaking moments in the regular season. Then there's the ripple effect of the rookie cornerback injuries. With Bill Alcone's season-ending ACL and MCL tear and Robert Longerbeam's devastating patella tendon injury, the secondary depth chart is already shifting. Undrafted rookie Ruben Lowery now has a very real shot at sticking, but that also means the team might lean harder on veterans during practice and games to keep the back end stable. That could indirectly influence how much guys like Wester and Mitchell play, because if special teams needs coverage help, those players might be asked to step in more often than we think. And hovering over all of this is the sight of DeAndre Hopkins torching Nate Wiggins for that 40-yard touchdown in practice. It's a reminder that while we're all buzzing about rookies and depth pieces, this offense is going to run through Lamar Jackson connecting with big-time weapons. If Hopkins is already this sharp in August, it's scary to think what the regular season could look like once Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Rashad Bateman, and the backs are all rolling together. This is the kind of camp that makes you believe the Ravens could be special. They've got talent in every phase, rookies stepping up, veterans delivering, and a coaching staff that knows how to mold both into a winning formula. The only thing that could derail it? The injury bug, which is why this to play or not to play debate matters so much right now. So here's the big question. If you were in Harbaugh's shoes, would you risk live reps in preseason to sharpen these weapons, or lock them in the vault until week 1? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you subscribe, drop a like, and check out the other Ravens content on the channel. There's a video right on your screen now that you don't want to miss. And let's be real, the Ravens situation right now is rare. We've seen off seasons where we're begging for someone, anyone, to stand out in camp or preseason. This year, it feels like they've got an embarrassment of riches. The depth chart is bursting at nearly every position, which is exactly why these decisions are so tricky. You want Wester getting more timing with his blockers on returns, but you also want to keep him fresh for the real bullets in September. You want Mike Green sharpening his pass rush arsenal, but you also don't want to burn him out before he even takes his first regular season snap. And with Keaton Mitchell, the temptation to keep giving him touches just to watch him explode is strong, but the smarter play might be to hold back and unleash him when games actually matter. It's the classic coaching dilemma. Do you protect your aces or play them into peak form? Harbaugh has to weigh every rep, every snap, and every hit between now and week 1. And in a season where the Ravens are stacked, loaded, and hungry, those decisions could be the difference between making a deep playoff run or watching the dream slip away early. So, Ravens fans, is it worth the gamble?